What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at two awesome-ass figures. We're going to be taking a look at the brand new Neca Toys Neca Adventure Series. These are the Archie comic turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Man Ray, and Dreadmon. Now, I'm going to say this right off the bat. I got two things to say right off the bat. First of all, Dreadmon, I don't know anything about this guy. He is being used for a custom, but I'm going to review him, take pictures of him, and talk about him without that in mind. Because it still looks like an awesome figure, and I would not mind having a Mutanimals set up on the display, because I have Slash, and I've seen Jaguar, but I can't buy I can't push myself to buy a second one of this. Maybe if I pull him out and he's awesome and I want the character, then sure, but this is going to be used for a custom. And this guy, all the real ones know this is not Man Ray. Okay, and I'm not saying because I think it's Ray Fillet. That's how I know this character is Ray Fillet. But my Man Ray is this motherfucker. Okay, this is my Man Ray. Okay, all my SpongeBob friends know what's up. Man Ray is Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy's arch enemy. It is not this clown. And while I still bought this figure and think that it's awesome, and I'm really excited to get a Ray Fillet on the shelf, I know everybody's going to be like, oh, it's Man Ray. Ray Fillet and Man Ray are different. I actually don't know the difference between the two. I know who Ray Fillet is, and I like Ray Fillet as a character, and sometimes I usually just do the turtles, but every once in a while they hit it with a banger, and this is a banger, and I really wanted to get this guy, but if I call him Ray Fillet the whole time, I don't want to hear, oh, it's Man Ray. This is not my Man Ray. In my head, when I hear Man Ray, this is not what I think of. And again, when it comes to Dreadmon, I don't know anything about Dreadmon. I guess he's a wolf. I mean, but I thought Razar was a wolf. I don't know. Let me know about Dreadmon. Again, I'm interested to hear about it, but this was not bought as me intending to have a Dreadmon. I don't care about Dreadmon. I bought this as a custom body for something else, which I cannot wait to get started on and show you guys. So here is the barcode for Dreadmon, just in case, and then here is the barcode for Ray Fillet. These are part of NECA's latest haulathon. I think this was week 1 and this was week 2, but I got lucky enough and found them both at the same time. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pop these bad boys open, because I've had them sitting here for like 2 days now, and I'm dying to get them open. So getting these guys out of the package, they're both pretty damn awesome figures. He has a little bit of problems, so I'm going to go over him first, but he is awesome. Really, really well done. So taking a look at Dreadmon first, because there is quite a bit to go over with each of them, so I don't want to hold you here too long. But one thing that I really do like is the head sculpt here. The head sculpt is super well done. The mane looks great with all the black lines in there. The little skulls on his like dreads, Dreadmon, you know. I don't know anything about this guy. Does he have something to do with like voodoo? He kind of looks like he does. I don't know. I like the orange around the neck. The eyes and the mouth look great. It's painted inside the mouth. The tongue is painted good. I love the expression on the face. His little dangly earring has 2 colors of paint on there, I believe. Maybe not actually, but it's painted purple on the inside of the ear, black on the outside, and then the ring. Not a lot of sculpt here, but there doesn't need to be. But the fur is covered in sculpt, and I really like that. You get like this like bigger patch out here. It looks nice. I like the black line work on there, and then like his little waistband belt thing looks good too. So really, really cool. And then the tail with all the white with all the black fur on there. Now he does have this like skirt thing. It is soft and it gets out of the way as good as it needs to. Again, I like the tail. And then you get the leg. Little animal anatomy for you guys. It's SHP. So this part here, what people call the knee in videos, this is actually called the stifle of the dog. So you have the hip up here, and then, you know, he is bipedal in this instance, but if he was to be a quadruped like this, I had somebody comment in one of my videos, they felt like they got educated. So, you know, it's just kind of fun. So if he's like this is the stifle. This is the hock, this part right here, what people call the ankle. This is the hock, and then down here, this little hinge right there is the pastern. So this is technically the ankle of the dog, and then these are the toes, and then this is like the technically it's like the metatarsals and then the phalanges. So, you know, just a little bit of animal anatomy for you guys. Won't go too crazy into it, but it's what I do, guys. That's what I do. So I like the black paint on there with the spots and the stripes on the knees. Now, my big problem lies in that the pastern joint here is broken on mine. If you can see that there's like a little crack on the joint, so he's really loose, and that makes him a little bit difficult to stand. If this was tight like this one, it really wouldn't be a problem, but it's really starting to cause a big problem in standing. So you can get it. It's not impossible, as you can see here, but I wish that this pastern drip was better. He does have pegals at the bottom of his feet though, so if need be, I can get a stand for him. But yeah, he looks really cool. Again, I don't know much about this character. I am going to be using this as a custom, so stay tuned for that. But he looks good. He does come with quite a bit of accessories, so we'll go ahead and take a look at those. First off, the biggest thing, you get a tombstone. Again, I know nothing about why he comes with this, so if you know, let me know. The green looks good, paint looks good. Love the cracks and all the rivets and sculpt in the tombstone itself. It looks really, really nice. Speaking of great paint, you get a bowl of fruit. Man, that looks awesome. I don't know what, maybe these aren't just fruit, like maybe these intestines and stuff. I don't know. It definitely looks visceral and not vegetative. So, but you do get banana, pears, more banana, tomato, some grapes. The bowl itself looks great, sculpted and painted beautifully. If you need a bowl of fruit, there you go. You get this can. I don't know what this can's for. Just black and blue and white. Looks good. You get this little maggot thing. I don't know what this is neither. I don't know what these accessories are. Again, he's for a custom. The red looks good. The blue and the black are painted nice. Again, just don't know what that is. Now, I actually do know what these are. These are called bananas. So you get an unpeeled one and a peeled one. Probably giving one of these to Donkey Kong. Love them. And then you do get some interchangeable hands for him. So you do get a pair of fists. You get a pair of grippies. And then you do get the open hands on there. And then finally, I didn't know that he came with this. You get an interchangeable eyepiece. So the first one is the expressive one. And then this one is like the angry one. Looks a little bit more mundane. He looks cool either way. So I don't know, just depends on what you like for your Dreadmon. But as far as articulation goes, the head's not really going to do much. It's on a ball peg up top, and then the neck does hinge and swivel, but it's really tight in there, and I don't want to break it, so really it's just going to not look back much on mine. He'll look forward, side to side, that's about it. Shoulders go up, down, rotate 360, bicep swivel, single jointed elbow that also swivels, and then all the wrists hinge and rotate. No vertical hinge for the grippy hands. Again, we'll get to that more with Ray Fillet, but I wish they would change it. You do get a ball peg at the waist. It really doesn't do much other than swivel. I don't know why they didn't do that better. It could have been done a little bit better. His hips, they go out pretty far. He'll kick forward, back, thigh cut, double jointed stifle. Again, not a knee. Technically, the knee, it's weird. I'm not getting into what I believe would be what on a bipedal quadruped. Before I forget, hinge and swivel at the tail. Works actually pretty good. And then the hawk will hinge but not rotate. Maybe it rotates. I'm not messing with it. And then the pastern just hinges. So you can get them into pretty good poses. There's no real pivot, and that's like the problem, because it should pivot at the hawk, but it doesn't. And that gets a little annoying when you're trying to pose him, especially combined with my loose joint. Not everybody's is going to be loose, but mine is. And his tail's like a little too short to... All right, his tail's not touching that, but his tail's a little too short to balance him too. So it just gets a little frustrating getting him in the stand. But once you get him in a cool pose, he does look pretty nice. Moving on to the fishy, fantastic man himself, Ray Fillet, or again, Man Ray. He looks so cool. I think he looks better than Dreadmon. It could just be the bright colors on him. I love the expression that they put on him. I love all the scales. They look great. They are all sculpted. Every line on him is sculpted. This whole suit, I don't know if it's a wetsuit. It's all sculpted. All the lines are sculpted if you run your fingers across them, even on the bands on his arms. But I love the way that they did the arms. It looks like little gill lines. Even though there would be no reason to have gills on the arms. It just what it reminds me of. I love all the black line work. The forearm looks a little weird, but this muscle kind of being concave, but it kind of works for the fishy nature of him. I don't know. I go back and forth if I like it or not. The fins look really, really cool. I love like the little circles ones. They look so nice. The dorsal fins look great. And then obviously you get the ray tail, and that looks good too, with all the, you know, the barbs having the black paint around them, and then the black lining on there looks good. You get the holes in the bottom, obviously, because it's a bendy wire, but I love the black line work on the bottom. Like, the black paint work is everywhere, and it really goes a long way in making this look great. I love, love, love the way this suit looks. The green, the white to yellow mixed with the black looks great. His legs and his quads look good. And then you get these big flipper-like feet. I love them. They're big and obnoxious. They look so good. But I honestly think my favorite thing is the head. I love the expression with the big open mouth and the teeth. The gills on there look good. The continuation of the dorsal fin. And then these are called cephalic horns or cephalic fins. At least that's what I think it's supposed to be, because technically a manta ray's mouth, these would be on the sides of a manta ray's mouth, but obviously they just kind of put it on there for a design point on his head. But I believe these are called cephalic fins. If that's what they're going for, I don't know. I don't really think we'll ever find out. So it does look great. He looks really, really nice all the way around. But I also do really like the alternate head that he comes with. So getting into accessories, we'll start off with the alternate head. He comes with what I like to call the Giga Chad head. That's literally a Giga Chad face. Like, I love that. So you do get that. Mine doesn't pop on great, and I can't heat it up right now. So just take a good look at the Giga Chad head. It looks so awesome. I definitely like this head a little bit more. I don't know. I really, really like this head. Then you get a bunch of different hands. So put him back here. You get a bunch of different hands. You get a pair of open hands. So sprayed out hands, slightly gripping hands, large gripped hands, all just like big blue hands, different positions and stuff like that for gripping various accessories, including his harpoon gun. So comes with a big harpoon spear gun. Looks great. The black paint work on there is awesome, and it is pointy. So he looks good holding it. You can get that. I usually put them in this hand right here. Is what I found works the best for that. Again, no vertical hinge. We'll get to that more in articulation, but that bothers me. You get whatever the fuck this thing is. I don't know what this is. Please somebody explain. But the paintwork is amazing. You get more paint on this guy than you do for a whole Marvel Legend. No articulation. He's a static figure, but the gills look great. The black line work looks great. Very clean and crisp. His little crabby claws, his little beard thing. I don't know. These are more like pectoral fins. I don't know. A little angler barb. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what this guy is. Let me know. And then finally, probably my favorite accessory. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but he comes with a little sea turtle. He's a pretty cool guy. So, looks like a green loggerhead maybe. That's totally just me messing around and speculation. I have no idea what kind of turtle this is, but it looks great. The plastron on the bottom is painted good, and then the carapace is also painted nice on the top. And then the little dots look very good all over him. So, very, very nice. Now, in terms of posing the fish, his head's actually on a really good double ball peg system. So you can get it rotate. You actually get pivot on this, which you wouldn't expect for his design. He'll look up, all right. He'll look down. It just, it's more shifting, but it really does add to the effect. It's pretty nice. Well done. Shoulders go upwards, about horizontal. That's not bad. And then they'll rotate about that far forward and that far back because of the fins. Bicep swivel, which is a little gappy for some reason. Not a big fan of that. And then a little bit more rotation on the elbow. And then you do get the wrist swivel and the hinge. All the hands have the horizontal hinge, not vertical, which I think the grippy hand should have vertical. I just don't get why they put in the sculpt for new hands and then don't do it. You get a double ball peg at the base of the tail, which is really nice and allows it to swivel, go all over the place. And a decently nice bendy wire on there. It's a very thick wire in there, so you can get it to work any way you want. The diaphragm joint works good. For the most part, he crunches forward about that far. He's got a very arced lower lumbar for some reason, but I don't really know why. And then it rotates pivots fantastically. That is awesome. It's really good when you're trying to get him in these poses. Plus, he kind of needs to lean forward just a smidge because this plate for the fins is really heavy on the back. Hips go outwards that far, down, heel kick forward, back, upper thigh rotation. Double jointed knees that were really freaking stuck when I first got him out. If you can see there, it looks like the paint kind of like sealed itself on there. This is like every part that it got stuck on, which kind of sucks. And then the ankle goes down, up, and pivots. So I actually think the articulation is really good on this guy. The hips are a little loose. I thought I'd mention that as well. But honestly, once you get him in a good pose, he looks fantastic on the shelf. So in terms of scaling, I'm not exactly sure how big they're supposed to be. I kind of picture Ray Fillet being a bigger guy, whereas Dreadmon's more of, you know, just like basic mutant size, I guess. So here he is next to the Jazzwares Fortnite Series Peely, and then the Neca Kong. And then 7-inch scale Dark Knight Returns Batman by McFarlane Toys, and the Hasbro Marvel Legends Series Spider-Man Pizza Spidey molds Darwin, so they're a little bit bigger than Darwin. I like that size. And then obviously you get the next to zombie cap. So I think they'll look great next to your turtles. Unfortunately, I don't have any turtles to compare them to right now, but yeah, I think that they'll do great with them. So somebody out there is probably wondering, yo, Ant, what are you thinking of these figs? And I gotta say, guys, Neca does it again. Now, I gotta admit, Dreadmon really isn't the funnest figure to play around with for me. He's okay. There's nothing crazy special about him. He gets the job done in terms of what I want from a Dreadmon, and for the custom that I have in mind, he's definitely going to do just fine, but, you know, whatever. The paint is good, the sculpt is good, it's just, maybe it's my lack of care or knowledge of the character, but I just really don't care about him, but he is good nonetheless. And as far as Ray Fillet, I love him. I was on the fence at first, like, do I really need this character, but I don't want to get the Super 7 one, and I don't know the next time we're going to be getting a Ray Fillet. So, yeah, he looks awesome, and I think he moves great. The only real complaint is I don't like them that we don't get vertical hinges. Neca, come on now. And the fins are a little heavy. They're just little minor things, but overall they're both very strong releases and definitely worth the $40 price point a piece. So at that price point, I'm going to go ahead and give these guys an 8 out of 10. They're not as good as everything else that Neca's been putting out lately, but I still think you're going to enjoy it for the price point. But with that being said, I believe that's all I got for today for this video. So if you've not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I post a lot over there and I have a lot of fun, so I'm sure you all will too. But as always, let me know. You cop him? You picking either of these guys up? Because I think you should at least get Ray Fillet. So, man, Ray. But whatever. See you again in the next one. Peace.